We are live from DJ Nasty Studios, systems in place. Welcome back, y'all.
Sit Podcast. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? What's cracking?
Hi, this is V from Weeks by V.
This week, we're getting closer to Christmas, man. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's had a great time with their families, even though it kind of sucked that we had to be a little bit, secluded to just certain people that had to come into our homes, and, we couldn't be past 10, and we couldn't, sing out loud and karaoke and all these new some laws that came into play out of nowhere for our Thanksgiving weekend. So, just so convenient for everybody, right? So convenient. But definitely our weekend was pretty good. Spend it with some family. We are able to cherish that. Not that I'm being such a negative Nancy about it, but it is. We're getting up to here with it, guys. I don't know how much more these Californians can take it, but
Worldwide, actually.
yeah,
That's
Not
why-
even California, worldwide.
I went to Ensenada and didn't break any laws.
Yeah, see, how do you're just able to just cross this little border and you're just out free and Mother Nature.
It's so funny
and...
how you said secluded, because my family actually rented a big ass house out in the fucking mountains.
Oh, that's awesome.
Nice.
So we were just out there for the weekend.
Yeah, see, no corona over there. It probably doesn't get there to the mountains, just like it doesn't get to you when you're sitting down,
At a restaurant.
at a restaurant. So
Or if you're wearing a really nice cloth, you'll be safe.
I came in a little bit too funny today. I don't know. I'm sorry. Trying to be a clown about this whole thing. Man.
Oh my
But sometimes when
God.
you do feel down, I think, laughter and jokingness and stuff like that, it is a good way to de-stress, instead of thinking about the negative parts of everything that we're going on and, the pandemic and us not being able to provide maybe as much money to our families as we can, stressfulness, I think everything just kind of plays a part into it. And we definitely need to just chill out, laugh a little, and just throw some jokes out there because it is stressful, and I think if the more that we conjure it in our heads and the more that we listen to everything that's going on and the more that we pay attention to that, our mind just keeps kind of fogging up with all these bad and negative energies. So definitely throw some jokes in there and, laugh it off with your friends and family and, and then, sooner or later we're going to be thinking back damn, 2020 was a fucked up year. And we'll be good thing we're now here and we're going to just be able to cherish it and, cherish our lives a little bit more and our time and, our valuable time that we have in this planet, because we are really noticing it now more than ever, how much it is to how important it is to be doing what you love. Because man, I just to be in a place, in a job or somewhere where you don't love, in a place that you don't love to live, or with somebody you don't love, or et cetera, whatever. If you're living in a negativity type of lifestyle, you really felt it with this pandemic. You know what I mean? You probably got that slap in the face, that wake up call, what the fuck am I doing? So, take that wake up call, take it with a little bit of grain of rice, right? I think I said that, or whatever. It's a little ray of sunshine or two, and put it towards your life. Put that practice in your life, figure out, that this is not the place that you want to be at, and make sure that you start striving each day forward to put in that feet forward to get your business going, to jump on a new goal, a new hobby, a new venture in your life. If you want to switch jobs, start searching for that job, because you're not guaranteed tomorrow, man. We don't know what's going to happen with the pandemic. We don't know if everybody's going to catch it. We don't know if nobody's going to catch it anymore, if there's going to be a vaccine tomorrow. So all you can do is just prepare yourself.
There was a vaccine now.
There's 2.
And they're making it mandatory where you can't travel without having your vaccine.
And
Yeah.
stuff. Well, yeah, of course, because all these vaccine companies. It's funny, I heard they're pharmaceutical companies. They're all this taxpayer money is paying to make these vaccines, and what happens when our tax money goes into these vaccines, and they turn around and they charge our government for them. 2, 3, 4, 5 times the price of what they really are, because sometimes, most of the time, it's free to the public. But what they're not telling you is they're charging up the ass. You know,
Insurance
the bigger
and all
man,
that.
the insurance. You know, and it's part of like this big money thing that goes on. So I mean, people are gonna the bigger companies are getting bigger. You know, they're flourishing. They're making their cash. Meanwhile, our small businesses are fucking struggling, and we are here on December. We're 12 months, practically like 9 months into this pandemic, 8 months into this pandemic. You know, the year's over, and it doesn't seem like there's an end to this. And it seems like there's like the government's just kind of just waiting for it, and waiting for everybody to just kind of just suck you dry. So we're gonna try to keep on checking forward, and you know, helping small businesses with, you know, helping with little tips and tricks on how to be able to just sustain yourself in this type of economy. We got the holidays coming up, Christmas shopping. We have a lot of that stuff that we're pushing for our friends and families to shop local, to shop with our friends, to shop gift cards, to, you know, support our local businesses that we are here in Escondido, North County, San Marcos, Oceanside, you know, and we're really, 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 you know, want you guys to spend that money, you know, locally, because that's the companies that you're going to be helping. You know, the Amazons, the Bezos, they already have a lot of cash, and you know, trust me, they're laughing all the way to the bank with as much more that's pouring in right now. But
Yeah.
definitely support your friends' business. You know, tattoo shops, you know, little parlors. You guys got, you know, friends that make clothes, friends that make jewelry, accessories. You know, just look for them, and try to stay local and stuff like that, and support your businesses in need, because right now your community probably needs you more than ever.
Yes.
I read a tweet that said, thanks to whoever spent $50 on my business right now. You just paid for half of my groceries.
And that's
Wow,
so
that's
true.
cool.
I mean, come on, $50 goes a long way. But I do believe that 2020 had to happen the way it did, so that we would wake up in certain things, or we would make new items that we would never even have accomplished, because it did set us back, brought us back to square one. But I do also believe that Mother Nature needed this break, not only us as humans, but nature. I mean, from speaking for my own self, like I became what I never really have been, a stay-at-home mom. Obviously that's like changing a little bit more, but like I am more of a stay-at-home mom, and it just gave me the freedom to be more with my kid, enjoy my kid more, my family, and it made me grow in places I never would have if I wouldn't have had this stop. And I know that not everybody can relate to that. I know that COVID, or this whole pandemic, set everybody back or interrupted their goals or achievements or whatever they were trying to. But don't let that, because we don't know when it's going to be done. We really don't. We're like 8 months in. I count it as the whole year. We're literally like the whole year is like gone. If it happens again, are we really going to sit here and wait for it to change? No, let's get up, suit up, and show up, even if it's at your living room. We can get this done, you know. And like I said, nature needed that. We needed that. So it's like, now it's time to, you know, make our new goals, make our new resolutions. Even with all this crazy nonsense going on in the world, we still have family, we still have kids, we still have bills. We should still be able to believe and go after all of that.
Yeah, plan it as if there's no pandemic kind of going on, and you just live your life, and you know, keep chucking at those goals, keep planning your goals, keep setting setting your vision board, and being able to practice that, you know, and not losing sight of where you're going, you know, with your business, with yourself, with your body goals, you know, with everything that you're doing, you know, just keep on going, and don't forget, man. Don't forget it. And that's what we're going to be able to do for right now. We have businesses that are going to be helping us too with, you know, like what I want to provide with to all our friends and people that just kind of just come in through our businesses. It's just, you know, it's, you know, like a business card and flyers and a car magnet to kind of get you guys started, and keep it going in that way, in that aspect of, you know, helping you guys push that little foot forward, putting you guys in the right step, because sometimes it just takes like one person like telling you, hey, yeah, just do that, you know, because it's that one person that pushes you, and then you see your business card and you see it come into fruition. You're like, wow, that's so cool. Now I see my business. Like yesterday I got hit up for like a guy that does headlights. You know, he just, all he does is buff them out, but he leaves them pretty good. So I'm just like, okay, cool. Yeah, put your name. He's like, oh, I never even thought about a name. Well, we'll add this and that. You know, send me some pictures. And you know, once he sees his business card, he's like, oh wow, you can tell that person's more excited to offer it to clients. You know, you're gonna tell that person's gonna be more prideful. You're gonna be with that confidence of like, yeah, here's my business card. You know, you hit me up whenever you need anything, or if you need services, or if you think you need a present or a gift or something like that. Boom, you show that to your customer, and that's your validity, like your business validity. You know, like it's gonna validate your business. And it's going to be like, wow, this guy's actually professional. He's serious with this stuff. You know, it's not just like, oh, here, let me get your phone number, or hit me up through my Facebook and stuff like that, which is not bad. But, you know, a business card is called the business card for a reason. You know, es una tarjeta de presentación en español. You know, it's like you're presenting your business. You're telling, hey, here I am. This is where I'm at. And this is what I offer you guys.
And it would be important too, like if you're just starting, to maybe like include, I'm all against like deals and free stuff, but then again, I love free and I love deals. So like you can plan something that obviously wouldn't hurt you so much, but it would be kind of like your mission, you're giving back, kind of like, oh, you're gaining a new client. What can you give? Like example, like a free set of lashes, or maybe like a little something like a care package that it wouldn't cost you so much, but it's that wow, it's what sets you apart. Another thing, like presentation, yes, it's very important, like how you present yourself. And you also really only have like 10 seconds when you're meeting someone. You lose them. You either engage with them or you don't. So like practice like something within like 10 seconds that presents yourself. When you're like, hi, I'm V, I am a wig designer, and you break it down to what you do and all that. Something that when you're doing that, then you present your business card.
Yeah, and people are going to be like, they're going to know the confidence in you. They're going to see it. And they'll be like, okay, this person knows. And, you know, obviously your social media has to be on there. You know, put a little bit of what you've been doing. A big thing that I offer my clients, you know, that I tell them, like, you know, like you say, free. Everybody likes to hear free. Free estimates. You know, if you do anything, any type of work, free estimate. You know, I'll come over. You know, like sometimes it's just, we're out running around all day anyways, but you know, it's like for me, like I offer sign businesses or business cards, free estimate. I just come over to you, we sit down, we talk, we go over your work. If you like it, good. If you don't, then boom. You know, but it's either you or have the chance and the opportunity to meet that client right there and close that deal. The thing is that if you're over the phone, if you're sending text messages, like people don't know who you are, what's going on, you know. But if you get there, you show up, boom, I pulled out my laptop, hey, okay, what design you got? Bam, bam, bam. We've set you up on your design, and then you're just like, you're already feeling your business, you're already feeling the design. You're just like, well, send them to print right now, you know. So you're just like ready to go, boom, boom, and your customer, you know, you're gonna be able to provide custom work for everybody and be able to reel that customer in right then and there. You know, sometimes we, you know, when you become an entrepreneur, when you become a self-entrepreneur, when you become somebody that works for the people, not for a boss, you actually pretty much don't really have hours. You know, people don't really have hours when it comes down to your business, because I've seen many of my friends and many of my relatives that have businesses, you know, they come in and out, in and out, in and out. You know, it's like 5, 6, 7 in the afternoon, and you're still working sometimes, you know, still meeting with the client, talking with the client, needing to like help them out with a problem that they have, or, you know, you just didn't get to their work during the day, so now you got to finish it at home. Boom, things like that. So it's like, in reality, yes, you are your own boss. Yes, you are self-sufficient. But remember that if you don't push yourself to do your work, or nobody else is going to come and push you. And then if you don't go out to look for your customers and your clientele, nobody's going to come and look for you either. So you have to be able to stay on your toes and be able to be that mobile person when it comes down to your business.
And before even doing that, and before doing all that, I think it's like you were saying, and that's why you're doing this great promo, is like getting your systems in place, your cards, your brochures, all of that, because then that's really like your platform that you really, really do need. Just like web presence. Web presence is so important. And I know that it gets hard because they most of the time they, like if you're doing like a Google page or Yelp page, they require for you to have an actual building or store,
Address.
or you have to be under a certain code. Things like that can be done at City Hall. And I know with like all the craziness going around in the holidays, you can just call in your lunch break and just ask, am I at the right code? Am I able to like open my own
business out of my home?
yes.
You can do business out of home.
Yes, you can.
And trust me, most of the time they don't even come and check, and they just want you to pay your taxes.
Yes.
At the end of the day, they just want you to know that you're working with, that you're charging people the taxes, the right amount of tax, and that you're not dumping illegal shit out in the fucking trash. So, I mean, most of the time, just little small businesses that are coming up, trust me, they're not going to be so picky about them because they know that you're barely starting out. Talk to your city representative. Give them the information that you're doing. What do you want to do? At the end of the day, when you go into somewhere that you need help, you go in there and you start a conversation with somebody. You don't go in there and you don't demand for information. No. Because people like in places like these, they've like in like the city and like government places, like they already know that people come in demanding stuff. So when you come in there and you like demand information, what do I need to know? When you go in there, you're going to have a conversation with somebody, go on the phone, and you be like, hey, how are you doing? Da, da, da. How's your day? Okay, well, let me tell you about my problem. I have this business that I want to start up. I have so-and-so questions. Do I need a license? Can I sell vendor on the street? Can I put some signs out in front of my yard to let people know? Et cetera, stuff like that the city would be very helpful, and they'll let you know, or they can point you to their website and where it tells you all the exact details of what you need for your business. So as long as it's just something that you kind of just, maybe it's just some little artwork that you're doing, or you're providing services for somebody on the go, things like that, you probably will have to get an insurance and liability and stuff like that. But if you don't invest in your business and you don't do the right things right now, then once you get that big opportunity, that you land that big job, you'll be like, damn, I don't have that license. Damn, I don't have this. Damn, I don't have that. So that's going to hold you back. So start doing them from right now and be able to have that confidence when that business pops up and tells you like, hey, I need this. So,
and that's super important. And also keep all of your paperwork in one folder. It comes so handy when you need certain things like that. So, come on, guys, let's do it.
Sweet. Yeah, we're excited. And if you guys are building a business, if you guys are starting a new brand, starting your web, you're starting your Facebook page or Instagram page, forward it to us, and we'll gladly repost it on our storyline. We'll gladly repost it on our feeds, on all of our feeds and everything, and help you guys spread the word out and stuff like that. So, like at the end of the day, it's just us helping us consumers, people that buy, friends and everybody. We're just helping each other out. Right now we don't have the money to be like paying all these advertisements. No, like the big companies. No. So we need to be able to help each other out and be able to form this type of, help between our small businesses and everybody and our friends and stuff like that.
And also, when you do send us your information, all three of us, we will write a review on your wherever web presence you are, because you are allowed to advertise. Like if you have a website, you're allowed to advertise. So if you're selling whatever services you're doing, you can advertise on web presence. So let us know so we can write your review, because the more activity that they see online, the more you're going to get sales. Because think about it. If you need to go somewhere, or you're looking for a certain restaurant or food, clothes, whatever, what is the first thing you do? You grab your phone and you Google it, or at least I do. And I know like 80%, 90% of the listeners do the same thing. It is the new world, and we need to just jump on it and go with it, because you can't stay behind. And if you do, you're still going to run after it. You have to just jump on it. Do it right now. Do the footwork. I know it's hard. Trust me, I've been there, done that. I know the feeling. It is why we're here to help you guys, because we want you guys to also make it.
Amen.
I like that. Well, definitely a lot of positivity. We want all our friends to be able to, start their own business and flourish, and, any little thing that we can definitely help out for you guys. It's super awesome, and we're going to help you guys out as much as we can. I mean, and if we don't, we're pretty sure we can find you guys the right way to point you, in the right direction and point you. Because, yeah. So nature and nurture. DJ Nasty's kind of really excited.
He's super excited.
We got a baby on the way. Baby's on the way any day now.
Any second.
Any second. She might run in real quick right now. So we got, we're just talking about nurturing and I don't know. How am I going to be nurturing this baby? I mean, it's been so long. It's been like 8 years.
Yeah.
Not my oldest. And I don't know. I think it's just something you kind of don't forget. I think my manager was talking to me about it today because he had just had his 2 weeks ago, 2-3 weeks. And he was like, oh, how I hold him. Like, he's so, more, just, right here. And he's like, but be careful with the pee-pee because he's going to fucking, that shit squirts everywhere. And I was like, oh, shit.
I definitely got
He was
peed on
like, just like
times.
the movies. He was like, just like the movies. I was like, oh, my God.
Yeah, that was not fun. Although it's easier. Okay, because when you're potty training, I remember one time I was in the car with Caleb and Caleb just had to pee and we were at a red light and it was just not turning green. And I had a water bottle and he just peed in the water bottle. And it was the funniest thing. He was little. He was probably 3 years old.
Yeah, Ezekiel's done that. We've done that a couple
And he peed
of
in
times.
the water bottle. Oh my gosh.
One time recently, he had to really go, and he actually had to do it in my little Mickey Mouse cup. I was pretty sad because I was not about to wash that. I was like,
Oh, hell
peace.
no. Oh, hell no.
But we were in and out in the line, and he just had to go. And there's no way. There's just no way.
Open the door. Open the door. Not in my mini me box.
I feel like if I was to have another child, I would be legit so good. Just because I don't know. I would love to have another child just because I feel like I would be really on point. But I'm not having another child. We're good.
Don't jinx yourself.
Where's the word? No.
That was good right now. I was like, okay. She's like, but I'd be really good though.
But-
I'm ready.
but I'm good. Peace.
But I'm that good. I'm peace out good.
No, I'm excited for you. I'm excited to see your baby boy.
Yeah, but so it's a
A
long
little
time.
baby nasty.
Hey, so I thought I was gonna have all girls because we're 3 boys in our family. So I thought we were kind of on that little curse of girl,
shush.
girl. But I guess not. That's pretty awesome. Honestly, I thought I had the biggest feeling that it was gonna be a girl.
Did you?
I swear to.
Did you believe it when you saw the?
Even
No.
today when I walked in, I thought you were having a girl, and then you talked about baby boy, and I was like, oh shit, he is having a boy.
I know, and I was just like, I don't.
For some reason,
for
I
me
would,
too.
se me quedó grabado that you were having a girl.
I was like, I don't know. I just.
Boys are fun. I feel like boys are
Yeah.
so much more fun than girls. Only because girls, we're I don't know. We're too much. We're extra.
Why are you so extra? I know, because Jessie is so extra too. I sometimes do. I'm just like, stop. But she gets the extraness from me. But so it's but I'm extra, and then she took it to the whole nother level of
Yeah.
girl extra, and I'm
With
just like,
feminine
oh my god.
energy.
I'm just like, no, I can
Yeah.
totally tell because I'm like, we're right here. You don't need to yell, baby. I'm right here. We're right here. We're all 3 of us are right here. And she's
Yeah.
yelling out of her top of her
I
lungs.
know, dude. My Caleb. So many times I'm like, can you just chill, just stop,
There's no chill.
One time he was like, Mom, I don't know what it is, but sometimes when I get out of bed, I just have so much energy and I'm so hyped up, I just can't stop. I just can't stop. I cannot stop.
I wish that was my problem.
And I think that's what I'm so I'm scared of because I remember that. I remember just how much fucking energy I had as a kid. Growing up and just just el desmadre que hacía. I'm just fuck, what am I gonna be doing? What am I gonna do with this kid? But please Please.
And Kandii's the one carrying the baby. I mean, she's the one doing all the hard work, and he's
over here
tripping.
complaining and
Hopefully
shit.
you've paid your karmic debt by now.
I don't know, man. A lot of those teachers would say no.
Were you that bad?
Were you?
I just have like a little file like stacked like that much from like
Shut up.
elementary all the way to high school.
You would.
I know. It all goes from like mooning to like
No.
suspensions. I did 2 moonings in my years.
Who did you moon? What the fuck?
I did
At
mooning.
school?
Yeah, I did moonings and fucking pantsing. I got one for pantsing when I was here in Rock Springs.
Damn.
I was like, I think that was like my first like bad one here in like Rock Springs, and that was like my 5th grade year.
Wow,
I think like, that's what
estabas
started.
grande.
Yeah, that's what started my role. Yeah,
You like
elementary.
the getting in trouble?
Yeah,
Why
like
do you
just
think they
getting
call
in
them
trouble.
nasty?
I don't know. It was
Fucking
just
pantsy.
fucking
And
pantsy
mooning and
love.
shit.
And mooning and shit, dude. One time I mooned the whole fucking class. That was in high school. That was like my.
Why?
That was my. Cause I fucking hated the teacher. She was just fucking annoying, and you know why? Cause she was like, George, go to the back of the classroom. So she fucking moved my desk to the back of the classroom, right? And fucking, she was writing on the board and shit, dude. And I'm like, hey. And I grab like the whole fucking class's attention, right? The teacher's still fucking writing, and everybody's looking back at me. And I fucking just go right under my desk, and I just go, and I moon everybody.
I'm sorry. I would hate to see that.
Everybody's like, ew! And the teacher turns around real quick. George, go outside.
You're like, great,
it
that's what I
wasn't even
needed.
me. Like, I was just like, it wasn't even me. Like, the teacher already knew. George, get the fuck outside. And you're like, go outside. I was like, it wasn't even me. She's, and I was like, fuck. And when she went outside, she's like, what the? She's like, you mooned that class, you know, because she didn't even know why the fuck I did.
So someone snitched on you.
Snitched on
Oh,
me.
she didn't?
No, she didn't even know. She was just like, she heard everybody go, ah, and everybody like, obviously, I'm the
no.
one in the fucking back of the classroom. So she was like, go outside, you know. And yeah, when I me salí, but everybody calmed down. She's like, well, what the fuck this fool do, you know? And then I think
The whole class said it at the
know-
same time.
I know what bitch got me fucking expelled, so I'm not gonna say.
You
but
got expelled
I
because
got
of that?
expelled for that. Well, that was like my.
Pues sí, güey, no mames.
That was like, well, like I'm saying, like you climb the ladder, you know, you climb the ladder.
Wait,
and
when
then
was
you
the
just,
other time you mooned?
What was the other time? I think that was the mooning was just like I just did that after school. The other one was just fucking like at kids, and I didn't get in trouble for that one. But I did do moon 2, and then I did got
Phase 1 and phase 2
you know phase 1 and phase 2.
of the mooning?
Please don't have a phase 3.
And
Was it
And
a
then
full moon, a crescent moon?
no, there was a half moon.
A half
It was
moon?
half moon. In the
My
classroom, there was a half moon. Because like I was sitting down, so like I didn't stand up, and I just like moved my crack to the side, right? So
Damn. I pray to God Ezekiel doesn't come up with this kind of stuff. This is so crazy.
Oh, you don't even know, dude. Okay, so in Lincoln, I was here going to Lincoln, and that was before I was fucking. Lincoln was like a blur.
That was before you were
blur.
DJ Nasty.
Oh my god, dude. DJ Nasty didn't even come until
were
like
just
fruition
George
until like
Nasty.
16, 17. Back then I was just fucking that fucking
George
annoying
Nasty.
kid. I don't even know what I was. They're calling Pelacho. But anyways, yeah, the teacher said that I wouldn't sit down, and she fucking she poured a whole fucking gallon of fucking glue, white glue, into the seat, dude. And she fucking sat me on it, dude.
No.
And this is at Lincoln.
You're
dude. This is at
fucking
Lincoln.
lying.
That would
I'm
be
not
child
lying, dude.
abuse in 2020.
What did your mother say?
Nothing. She was just like, "Well, you're wearing uniform." Back then, we used to wear the blue pants and the fucking white shirt and shit, right? So I mean, like the teacher just called my mom. She's like, no lo soporto. You know, he doesn't want to fucking sit down. So I glued him to the fucking chair. Maybe he would sit down right there.
What?
I've never heard of such a stupidity, but that's funny.
It was just, I think that lady just kind of just hated me, and she was just like, fuck this fool, come here.
And I'm sure she had her reasons
She
too,
poured a
dude.
shitload of fucking glue on that chair. Like
I
my
would've
ass was
What?
white. My ass was white, and I still walked home.
That's so bad.
But with your
Oh
pants
my
on, right?
God.
My mom loves that teacher. I swear to God, she talks about that teacher all the time. She's like, that teacher taught you so much.
We gotta get your mom here on
Can
this
we
one.
get the teacher on the
I
podcast?
was just like, I wonder if she's like
She
still
probably,
around
she
here.
probably,
I don't think so.
she probably laughing up.
Is that viejita or was she like?
Okay, so that was elementary. Like I was probably like,
Let's see.
fuck man, like 6 years old, 7. Damn,
Yeah,
like
she
Jazzy's
probably-
age, crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, because look at it.
Well, thank God Jazzy's not doing that
Oh my
shit.
God, yeah. See, like, see, you guys want to talk about nurture? She must be in this madre, baby.
That was for you. Why are you so extra?
Oh my,
You
why are you
hella
so extra, man, dude? That was fucking I know my dad fucking he went through the shit with me, dude, with all the shit that I did. But it was fun.
I was a good girl. I feel like I was a good girl. I only had one Saturday school in high school. I did ditch a lot, but I was very smart
Me too.
on how I would ditch. So
Oh, I thought you were so smart. So
How
you got
smart?
A's all the time. I was like,
No.
okay.
I mean, my mom would always say that I graduated a panzazo, which I think that's pretty fucked up because I did try. Like, school just wasn't for me. As you can see, like, I can handle, like, you know, having a business and I've never gone to school. But, like, if you were to put me in school for, like, business, I would probably fail. I'm more, like, hands-on, making my mistakes. So, like, in school, I feel like, my grades were, like, A, B, C's and, like, maybe, like, a D here and there. But, I mean, I graduated and I was a good girl.
How did you ditch?
Depending on what class it was, but my favorite one was going, I would just, like, take off. And
What school do you go to?
I went to Carlsbad High School.
Oh,
So I was in Carlsbad. I went to Valley Middle School. That one was a little bit hard. I think I only ditched like maybe once or twice. But in high school, I would ditch all the time. And when they would just call, I would just always be on the phone. And then when they call, I would just take the call. But then they started getting a little bit smarter. So then what I would do is I would just go to the nurse and then call my mom, or I would say like my stepdad, which would sometimes be like my boyfriend or a friend or whatever. And I would just take off the whole day.
Yeah, that's when I started getting smarter for my ditching too. Once
Yeah.
I started calling in for myself.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I was
that
just
changed the
like,
game.
Fuck, that changed the game.
And
fucking
then
hard.
I worked at the I worked at the you know, when you bring the sheets of like your attendance. I worked there, so a lot of times when I would ditch, I would just erase it. I mean,
there you
you know,
go.
there was just certain things that you would do, and I'm pretty sure I would get in so much trouble if somebody like, well, no, not
A lot
now.
of those were cool with like the attendance lady too.
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean?
Oh,
Like or like
yeah.
the aides
I
and
was
shit.
cool with when I went to Valley, I was cool with the security guard. And I kid you not, I was cool as fuck with my home teacher. Because, you know, you go to home first. And then I was cool as fuck with security. And I was cool as fuck with the ladies in the front. I didn't go to my home period for most of the year. And
Wow.
I never...
You still passed.
never had detention. Even someone was like, how come she never gets detention? And
That's
then, and I'm
crazy.
just like, you like they just loved me.
Yeah, I
They
could see that.
loved
I
me.
can see that.
You die this afternoon, fool.
They fucking
The
loved
drama.
me. Well, I mean, I was there like half of junior year. No, like junior year. No, dude, I was at Valley for 2.5 years.
You were in, wow.
Because I left the second semester of sophomore year. But I think.
You got
I
transferred
was
to Valley
that
from where?
behind.
From
From
Orange?
Esco.
From Esco? Oh, damn.
yeah.
For bad grades?
Mm-hmm.
Wow,
I was
now that
never
you
sent to
think,
Valley.
no, well, now that you said
I was
that,
like 60 credits behind. That's a whole
oh
year.
yeah, me too, dude. In junior year,
They just gave up on me.
Yeah.
on my junior year, on my junior year too, they wanted to send me to Valley, and I knew my mom would kick my ass, like literally kick my ass, and I was just like, fuck no, I can't. Y me puse las pilas. I had like before school started, after school, and then I even had like 2 other periods where I would go to like this other school and
Me
get, like,
too.
and that's how I
did that
graduated.
too.
Yeah, and that's how I
I would
graduated.
go to OG to do a graphic arts design class.
Oh, wow.
And then I went to ESCO the next summer, and I did a.
But you would do them
I did
on-
a counseling class, and then I did a introduction to like home health or something like
So
that.
you guys actually graduated, huh?
Oh yeah, I graduated, and
I
I'm glad I
graduated
did.
with extra credits.
Did
They
you?
told me you were
No.
far. I was like, I'm not catching up.
So
Fuck
you
guys.
just
Yeah, I just
didn't-
flunked it. I just wrote it. I wrote it till fucking the wheels fell off till I
Until
turned
when?
18.
Like what year? Senior?
My senior year.
And
then
just...
like in my senior year, they started this new program inside Orange Glen where it was just like all the fuck up kids that were like trying to like make, they were like, oh, you can do like, you know, all the credits in like 3 months and shit if you really fucking do your thing. And then I was like, yeah, sure. And once again, I got in there and we would just like ditch and go get high with the girls. They would just make all the girls laugh inside the class.
Wow.
And then yeah, I was just like, I turned 18. I'm out. And that was it. And I started working.
But I'm really thankful that I went to that I graduated high school. If I wouldn't have graduated high school, I wouldn't have my business. I know that. I probably wouldn't even be here talking to you guys.
Do you think that like motivated you to like was it like a thing like, oh, I have my fucking degree, I need to get my business, or do you think it would have been like, oh fuck, I didn't even graduate, I can't have my business? Is that
no,
what you think
actually,
like that?
I wouldn't have the right to work. If I wouldn't have graduated high school, I wouldn't have DACA.
Oh wow!
So if I didn't have DACA, I wouldn't have my work permit. If I didn't have my work permit, I wouldn't have Wakes by Me. So I love the fact that my mom was super strong on that, which is weird because she was strong about it with me, but then not with my younger brother. Like
he was born here.
No, not even.
Oh really?
No, I don't even, he didn't even graduate high school. He's, you know, and it's like, it's crazy. And it's like, but I'm thankful that she was the way she was and she would beat my ass because...
Dude, it's because people see something in us, dude. At the end of the day, sometimes like it feels like people, like it feels like we're getting fucking pounded and like people like just keep drilling us, or, you know, like sometimes a veces like siento que like whoever I start talking to, like I start getting on lecture sometimes, and I'm like, what the fuck did I, like, why am I here? You know what I mean? Like, and I was just like, why the fuck, like, how's this guy just end up giving me a lecture right now? But I'm just like, okay, cool, I'm gonna take it, whatever, it's cool. You know, but it, like, how, like, all of a sudden it turns into this, like, life-changing moment where, like, this guy's fucking telling me, like, all his life and da-da-da-da, and it's just, like, people just see shit in you, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They see where you're at, they see the way you are, and, you know, don't take those, I think I've talked about that, don't take those as a bad way, because there's been times when I've fucked off that person and been like, man, fuck you. Who the fuck are you to talk to me about, you know, this and that?
Yeah.
But then, you know, like, there's people that see that shit, that see that fucking potential in you, and don't shy away from it. You know, that's cool that you didn't shy away from that, and that you let your mom push you to that, because I know that I didn't. You know what I mean? I was the type of person that was like, man, fuck school, and if you don't like it, then you go to school, you know, for me if you want. But, you know, I was just like that, you know, and I think
I was more like intimidated by my mom, which I'm glad, because like I feel like in my culture as being Mexican, you do have to respect your parents a lot, especially when you're under their roof. I feel like it was more like I was intimidated and scared of my mom, and I wasn't like aware of like, if I didn't graduate, like what was I going to do? You know? And she was more like, education is everything. I brought you here so you would have this. And I'd be like, okay, fine. So like, even like that, like I do feel like I'm pretty smart. Like if I went to school now, I don't think I would ace it, but I am pretty smart where I would get it. I just don't like the whole... But I learned differently. I learned by seeing, touching, trial and error. That's just how I've...
But I feel like now, like, if I were to be given, like, if I had the same mentality that I have now back when I was in school, like, I would fucking be, like, on it. You know what I mean? Like, you would be on it. But then I know that I wouldn't go apply to college right now.
Bro,
Do you know
I
what
would
be... So it's just like, fuck, you know? Like, I love the knowledge that I have now, that I know that, like, school wasn't that bad. You know what I mean? It was just a fucking mental strain that I had on myself where I was just like, I don't understand this, so I'm not going to do this, and I'm not going to just fucking get it. You know what I mean? So I had that mentality of like, no lo sé, I'm never going to get it, and I'm not going to do it. You know what I mean? And because that's so fucking stupid, because now I realize that everything that I fucking want to do, I fucking do it, and I learn it, and I want to fucking do it, and I keep on doing it. So it's just a matter of just me thinking differently back then, and just fucking... You know, and being open-minded to it was being taught to me. You know what I mean? Because imagine if I'm like this now, imagine what if I would have soaked in all that information in, like the real information to have. Like, I would have been fucking this much more better. But, you know, you don't live in the past, you know, you live in the future. And this is what is life. You learn and you live. You learn and you live. So, like, I like that. You know, that's cool that you did push on to fucking get your GED and you graduated. And you too.
My high school diploma, actually.
And
Not
yeah,
GED.
no, yeah, not GED though. It's a high school diploma because
Yeah.
they're
And
telling me
it's
you go
different.
get your GED. Then I was like, fuck that. I want a diploma. I wanted to walk.
Hey, anything as long as you have it. And even like everybody that's listening, like I love how you just said all of that. Like if your mindset was different back then, like imagine where you would be now. We are at square one, stronger, wiser. So everybody listening, it's like it's never too late. I mean, even for like school, one of my goals, one of my items in my bucket list, which is really at the very bottom, I do want to graduate from college. I don't know what, but I do want to be able to go to college and have that degree so that I can to show my son like, hey, yeah, I'm 30, 40 years old, but I got it done. Like, I don't want him to wait 30, 40 years old. But, you know, if that's just like an example.
Yeah,
Like,
be a goal that he can reach. Yeah.
even just like, I feel like he sees his life. Like, there's certain things that we talked about. Like today, my client tipped him $10.
Oh, that's cool.
Dude, she didn't tip me nothing. And I was just like, wait, what just happened here? He's just sitting there looking so cute and he got $10. And he looked at me. He's like, oh, Mom, I got $10 and I have $5. And he was just like 10 and $5. I'm like, that's 15. And he's like, oh, I have $15. And I was like, yeah. I'm like, you should save it. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to come work and I'm going to get more money and da da da. And it's just like, you know, he sees it like so different. It's not like, you know, and I like that. It's like we can do that for all of our kids.
It's training. That's it. They're just, those wheels are turning. You know, he's like, wow, okay, so now I'm gonna maybe one day be a professional at my own profession, and I'm gonna get tipped out. So like, it just like it does. It just brings this imagination into, you know, into your kids, and you just start seeing it flourish. You know, and they'll start like, it's funny. My daughter, she was like, we got this new vacuum, and she was like, Theo, I'll vacuum your room. You know, and he was like, well, and I'll give you $5. And so she went over there and she vacuumed, and you come back next week, and next week you get another $5. You know, it's like, oh, snap, so okay.
She'll be there every week.
Right.
Now I'm liking this. She's like, now I can make money, clean the room.
She said 4 times a month. That's $20.
So
Just to vacuum, I love it.
Little things that, you know, you keep your you know, that you keep people churning. You know, that those ideas keep flourishing. You're not afraid to jump into any type of business, you know. And I think that's another thing too, that when you grow up around hustlers, around people that are hungry, you know, you're not afraid to freaking go pick up cans one day. You're not afraid to go and, you know, jump on the lawnmower and cut some grass, you know, construction, you know, you boom, jumping over here, whatever it is that you want, that is bringing you money, you're gonna hustle it, you're gonna make it, you're gonna find a way. And, you know, and if you definitely are a hustler, you know, you're not even going to be dealing around with that type of stuff. You know, you're going to be working your way up the ladder within your business, and, you know, and anything that you really set your mind to. And not necessarily just, I mean, business owners too. Like, I mean, I think there's a lot of people out there that are very valuable to like companies and their jobs and everything. And I think, you know, you guys are like the backbone and stuff, and don't get discouraged and stuff, and just keep you know, what I would say, you know, to like those people is just, you know, don't let people run all over you. You know, like, I think, you know, I love my managers. I love, you know, like all these people that are, you know, like that keep these companies churning, you know, because, you know, there is the CEOs and there is the bosses on those companies. And one day we want to be on those companies and we want to be those bosses of those people, right? But we can't forget how to treat our other human beings, our other employees, you know what I mean? You know, a lot of the times I'm like, man, well, you know, you take a day off and like they're calling you all the time. They're doing this and that. Da, da, da. It's like, where is your time off? You know, you're a manager. You give so much time to this companies. You know when to draw the line with your bosses and, you know, your company. You know, when to say no, when to say yes. Stuff like that. You know, it's going to help you out in your life. You know, stand your ground and stuff like that. Because sometimes these companies do feed off of our like our fears, you know, our fear of saying no, our fears of like always being there, and, you know, we're like the most dependent. You know, it's okay to not be every time dependent, you know, because it's not your business. You know, that you should be trying to start your own little business, side hustle and stuff like that. Or, you know, sometimes family is more important. You know, your mental health is more important.
Amen.
And you having to be there fucking 80 hours a week and you're not even fucking the owner of the business. You know, there's mental strains that we put on ourselves that we don't need, because the problem's gonna get solved either which way. The boss is gonna either spend money on here or do this or hire more people, but you don't need that mental strength to mess with your head too, because it does create very bad illnesses in our body too. I've been reading about that stuff too.
And you can be just replaced just like that. Boom. So if you versus your own hustle, your own business, your own little side income, whatever it is, only you decide when it's over.
That is pretty true.
Mm-hmm. Because even with like the whole COVID and our new some, rules, it's not stopping us. That should not be a reason to stop you or to pause it. I mean, I understand it's hard. And again, if you're listening, you're like, oh, this girl is all full of it. Then call me, text us or whatever. We're here to help you guys. We want to see you guys get out there.
And flourish,
and flourish. What about you, little? You've been so quiet out there, girl. Want to hear you what you're thinking.
I'm not 100 right now. I mean, estoy al 100 de high, but nothing. I agree with everything you guys have to say. I'm just taking it all in simply because I feel like even though I've had my brand for 2 years, I just barely launched my merch. I was selling like my lighters and stuff, but it wasn't like my sweaters. I didn't have to deal with shipping or meeting up with people. It was just kind of like, oh, I have a lighter. Oh, I got some lighter. Let me get a lighter type of thing, So I'm just taking it all in. But one thing I do want to mention was earlier this week, someone mentioned to me that they didn't know that my sweaters were mine for my brand. They just thought I was rocking these escondida sweaters, and they didn't know it was my merch. So in their words, I didn't market myself enough. And, like that's where I'm kind of trying to like take that little leap from being a personal brand to being, on the web and having like a web presence, like you mentioned earlier, and thinking about getting in stores, maybe doing pop-ups. One thing that kind of not stopped me, but the fact that I make my shit made to order. I can't just make it and I can, but it's
to have that money stay right there.
It's an investment.
Yeah.
And also because it's a little challenging. Like I know with your lighters, you did invest a lot in it and you got a whole bunch. And versus with sweaters and shirts, merch, hats, or, maybe not so much hats, but like it is challenging because you're working with different colors, different sizes and all of that. But I mean, I feel like the way you've been doing, and anybody out there listening, doing the same thing as Jocelyn, I think you're handling it pretty good. You have a website. People can buy from the website. If they want to save from shipping or other little fees, then they can always Venmo you. I think you're doing a fabulous job. On top of that, you got your business license a few months ago. So you're on board. You're getting your stuff, but and that's why I asked, like, what about you? Like, how do you feel about this? Because it is an overwhelming step. It's a very uncomfortable stage, but once you get through it, I mean, you saw, how was your getting your business license? That wasn't
it was easy. I had to get a seller's permit, and then I sent it to the city. First you get your seller's permit, and then you go through the city, and then you get your business license. You have to send them a copy of your seller's permit. And yeah, that was pretty much it. I have my code now if I want to buy online. Now I'm thinking of like maybe adding jewelry to my website. So I've been looking up, certain, wholesale type thing.
Okay.
And see, those are little things like that you're cooking and stuff, and it's going to take time. So it's like Jocelyn, she jumped on it. Like she said, she's been doing this for 2 years, and we've talked about like, cause we have so many plans for like the future, like together and obviously with our own brands. But like one of the things is like, just getting to it. And like she just said, it was easy. And if there was a hiccup, you have someone right there in front of you helping you, guiding you. Or if you just don't know what code or certain things, you could just say, you know what? I'll come back tomorrow. Or is there a phone number? Can I have your card? And then I can call you. Again, remember, you have those 10 seconds when you're meeting with someone so that they remember you. So you have to just practice like, your little line, your 10 seconds to present yourself. So when you call that lady at City Hall, she'll remember you. Be like, oh yeah, da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah, yep, most definitely. And was it hard? Like, I know you're getting like, like that review and stuff. Like, have you got any other like, like weird reviews or negative reviews or like?
Some people said my merch was too expensive.
Okay.
But honestly, like if I told you everything that goes to putting these sweaters together, and not just that, like the quality of my shit is, it's like everything's double stitch. It's really thick. It's not like a Hanes Fruit of the Loom sweater. Like it's very high quality.
Very, very high quality. When I first got it, I'm not into sweaters. Like even right now we're in here and it's a little chilly. Not even like, I like to be cold. I'd rather be cold than hot. So when I got her sweater, I mean, I love her sweater, but one of the things I told her is like, I can't wear this right now until it's really cold because it's so thick now. Not like so thick, but like, like that soft inside and it's just like that perfect sweater. I was like, yeah, okay, great. And now I've rocked it like I don't even know how many times. Her shirts, I'm not like into like the girl shirts. I like, like the big, like I even like to get like from the men's, because they're just bigger and they're nicer and I just feel more comfortable. Like her shirts, I'm obsessed. Like every time I wash her shirts, like I kid you not, like it's the first shirt I put on. There's just something about that texture. It's like nice and stretchy. It's just like perfect. It's perfect. It really, and I'm not even saying that because I love her.
No,
I'm not.
She does. She be rocking the fuck out of that shirt, and I got her another one. So
just
she
because I'm wearing it all the time. It is. So it's like when people will tell you those things, and sometimes your people aren't gonna buy your merch, your items, or hire you, or certain things like that, and that's okay because the ones like you've mentioned, you've had people that you don't even like
strangers I've never met.
And support you.
Somehow they came across my shit.
That's so cool.
They bought it.
And that's where you have to remember to fly high like a hawk versus crows. They're always together with the chismes and the
birds of a feather flock together.
There you go. So it's like fly high alone. Yep, there'll be people that won't buy your merch because it's too expensive or because it's just you. And that's okay.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, definitely not for the cheap.
Sorry. Yeah, that's good. That's good. And that's cool because, I mean, if you really notice it, I was on LRG website today and I was buying some shit today because it was 50% off. So, I noticed like a lot of this shit is like $22 because I'm trying to price out our merch too and trying to just figure out, like you said, like obviously you don't want to break the bank with people and you want people to support you and it feels good when people support you and buy your stuff, but you also don't want to be giving this stuff for free, like it just it hurts, it hurts to like in any other business, like this weekend, okay, I'm going to share this. Okay, this is super awesome. This is coming in right now, hot. Okay, so this was cool. My customer, I went to go put up some signs and I put up, and I made him some signs and, he was like, okay, write me the invoice, just make sure, you don't break the bank. You don't give me that COVID discount right now, or you give me that COVID pricing right now. I see everybody charge. And he's told me that like a couple times, like
I've never heard that.
And like he's told me that like in the past, like I worked with them like pretty closely pretty much every week I see them. So, it kind of made me feel bad, like, in the way, like, fuck, like, todavía ni te doy el precio, I haven't even fucking priced you out yet, and you're already, like, telling me, like, lowball it, you know what I mean? Like, so I was just like,
okay.
I was just like,
I didn't know if
like, the
meant...
COVID price is like, everybody right now upcharging
it's
and
true,
shit,
though.
and they're charging a lot because of COVID.
Mean, how do you expect the economy to get back to where it was if it was closed for so long?
Yeah, but no.
So check this out. I think it's different because, if you're a consumer and you're a buyer, he has his shop, right? And, people come and consume at his shop, right? But his shop, he's providing stuff for people to buy. You're not providing services. When you provide services, your time is more money. There's more money in your time because you're providing your self-worth. You're bringing in yourself and expertise. You provide your expertise and you do that. But when you're just selling something, you can't really, if I sell you a CD, I'm going to be like, this is a shelf life. This is how much it's going to cost. It's going to cost $10 here. It's going to cost $10 over there. It's going to cost $10 over here. No, but when it comes down to services, you can charge $80 just to come out and fucking look at your shit. You know what I mean? Like people that just charge $80 just to come and look at you. Let's just come and greet you, and I'm gonna look at your stuff, and I'm not even gonna diagnose it yet. I'm not even gonna like tell you what's wrong with it. Like, and it's $80 for me to come out here. So I mean, it's just like little things like that kind of just like pick at me sometimes, and I was just like, okay, George, just chill, just like just charge a little bit extra. And I'm just like, but you know, it's just like, bro, like, why do you tell me that? You know, at least tell me that when like I already have your receipt rolled up, you know, and I'll be like, okay, I'll take off like $10.
It's gonna be $1,000 plus that
You
comment,
know, plus that comment, 200,
100 at
so
least.
it was just funny, you know, like it's like, you know, people want to lowball you and stuff like that. Like you said, you know, your friends, your family, they're always gonna be the lowball you. They're gonna be the freeze, and you know, why not? I'm family, blah 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 blah. You know what I mean? Smile at them, laugh, go, move it on. You know, because I still have a bunch of shirts right there that everybody's been asking me, but I'm like, nobody's going like, here's $10, fool, what's cracking? Let me get a shirt. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like, it's always like, let me get a shirt.
So that's why he didn't give us a shirt. We didn't bring out the $10.
He showed us all of the fucking shirts. In every single color. He's like, oh, look at how this one stretches. This one's like this. Oh, look at this one.
Yeah, my little cousins. Oh, these are so nice. I was like, yeah, what's up,
$10.
$10. Oh my God. But like I said, man, like, I mean, your customers are your customers, man. We choose and pick to, you know, I choose to still work with that customer, you know, like, even though like that comment, you know, it's just, I take it with a little grain of salt, you know what I mean? Like, obviously, you know, like I talked to my customer after that. I showed him the invoice. You know, he didn't say anything, you know, like he's like, oh, cool. All right, cool. Whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
just to be a brand.
It was just, you know, it's just like little
it.
comments. And then also it's just because he's so comfortable with me. You know what I mean? Like, that's another thing too, that like sometimes I forget too that people are just comfortable with you, and they're just like, they throw out those comments too. So you're just like, you know, I took it back down a notch, and I was just like, you know, and honestly, it's just, this is just me in my head, you know, like I was just like going back and forth while I was reading this receipt. Like, man, this motherfucker, like, you're like trying to charge me, like, what do you mean COVID
It's not
price?
that you're expensive, it's that he's cheap.
Yeah, or not even that. I mean, yeah, I guess. Yeah, because like I said, it's because it's so hard. Like, okay, so this
it's
is
hard to trust people too, you know, like, so I can see where he's coming from.
Yeah.
Like, I really can. And also like I like how he said the COVID pricing because
he's a consumer.
Really,
Because everything that he needs for his shop is repairs.
Yeah.
He needs this. He's a consumer of people coming in and stuff that he needs. You know what I mean? So that's why I think you feel it more.
Yeah,
you know, when you're
absolutely.
a consumer, you're like, oh man, I'm paying this much. But when you're the person providing the services, I'm like $80 an hour, $100 an hour. You know,
but you know what? That's so
I'm
true.
tripping.
I can hear him. Yeah,
you know what I mean? I'm
true.
not tripping. I'm like, hell yeah, you know, dropping COVID prices. I'm like, oh, and it was funny because I mentioned that like twice. You know what I mean? Like, I'm over here like saying that, and I mentioned that twice when I went to go DJ like in like the past 2 months. I was like, oh, it's because COVID, you know. I started raising my prices and shit, you know, and so it's, you know, it's like you don't want to hear that shit.
No, you don't.
You go out and you turn around and you said it. Like, I mean, I said it.
Yeah,
it came back to you.
You know, I mean, it came back to me. You know, and that's funny that it came back to me like a couple
Like
months
that.
down the road.
It's
you know
what you
I mean?
give, you
know,
get.
and I'm
Yeah.
just like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
But you know, like I said, you know, like you pick and choose, and you know, I think that's why it hurts, because you know you're a consumer. You're either consuming or you're providing the services. Obviously, the more you consume, the more you feel the hurt and everything,
Yeah.
and in this economy and stuff that is changing the prices and stuff like that.
Which, you know, they are really it's weird we're talking
they're
about
going
this.
up though. They're going up
because
everything's going up, like up the roof. Wait until 2021.
No,
Wait
forget
until this
that.
year.
I got
Everything's going way up.
I got an email from Debbie, which is like where I get my wigs, and we got new prices. I didn't even open it because
You don't want to see it?
I don't need that negativity in my life today. But
It's actually positivity because it's going up.
It's going up like,
no, because I have to pay more
No,
for the
in
wig.
price, I mean.
Oh yeah. But it's just, it's crazy. It's like, it's crazy. But it's just, what am I going to do? Not buy the wigs or go with some? No, you just either
Or go with something cheaper. Don't.
You just
do that,
gotta raise
customers.
your prices.
Yeah.
Your prices.
Yep. And there's a lot of changes coming
it
in
sucks.
Wigs by V that one of them is going to have to be priced. And it's just one of the things that Jocelyn says all the time, like when little hiccups happen and clients tell me certain things, she's like, wigs are a luxury. And she just shuts me up like that, because it's true. A wig is a luxury. So you either care for it the right way, you do the right things, or gotta give me a
DJ
one.
is a luxury, okay?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
or you
it
can play
is.
shuffle on your fucking iPhone.
Yeah, there you go. See?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
ladies, today was awesome, man. This feels like getting chill in here,
I
man.
know,
It's feeling a little extra in here. So we
Just
talked
like
a little
us.
bit about it being extra. I love it.
Sorry, I kept yawning. If you're watching on YouTube,
she was
I've had a long
in
weekend.
Rosarito, imagínense. She like lives there.
Oh my god.
Ensenada.
Oh,
I'm gonna go there so I can get my hair braided.
Ooh, pues te vas con Little. She's there every weekend.
I'm actually going next
See?
weekend again
Told ya.
too.
See, look at it, it's so fun. I
I'm
just
so-
hate.
I'm
I don't
kinda
want to wait in
tired
line.
of
I don't want to wait in
You know,
line.
nada
Yeah,
más
fuck
hice,
that.
nada más hice una hora.
Oh, that's not bad. That's
bad.
not bad.
Oh, yeah.
1 hour. I got there
But
at 1 and I crossed
That's
before
just
2.
your luck, you know. Like my luck is like 4 hours every time I fucking go. It's just like, what's going on? So, ladies and gentlemen, you might not see us until a couple more weeks. We're expecting a baby. I'm expecting a baby. Not
Him
right,
and Kandii.
me, but me and the baby mama
just
will
complaining.
be expecting a baby pretty soon.
Yeah.
But you can hear us on the other side of the portal.
Yes, we'll be
That's
dropping an
available
episode.
wherever you listen to podcasts.
Yes, guys. And I'm not having a baby, but Wigs by V is having a baby. I guess you could say that. We have great things coming really our way. So I hope you guys are also working, because the only reason we see like that outcome is because we're working hard. I mean, who wants to be, on a Wednesday sitting down and doing a podcast? Probably not everybody. I mean, we do. I actually look forward to it.
I know,
Woo!
this is actually pretty
But
fun.
it takes like so
It takes
much.
time. It takes time.
So
It does.
much.
Like we prep like an hour and a half before this. So I mean, like, trust me, the stuff that you guys don't see behind the scenes, we get the cameras ready, we move the stuff around,
We
we
got
have
the
the angles, we
chocolate
have the chocolates.
that I ate.
We're just trying to think of new things to kind of come up, and we're just, honestly, we're just kind of we're letting it float, and we're feeling the vibe, and we're feeling ourselves, and season number 2's coming pretty soon, and we might just change even more things around. And I think
so. Oh, we actually have a new logo. If
woo.
you guys want to see it, it'll probably be posted after we post
There you go.
this.
There you go.
We can post that so you guys could have something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make sure
So-
you guys listen to us on Anchor,
Yes.
.fm, Spotify. You guys check us out on Spotify.
Apple Music.
Apple
No,
Music.
Apple Podcasts.
Apple Podcasts.
Google
Leave
Podcasts.
Comments.
Stitcher.
Put some stars. You guys
Please
screenshot your
rate us.
if you're watching us right now on your phone, screenshot it, post it up on your story, your timeline, tag us, tag systems in place. If you guys, that's all the help that we just need from you guys. We don't need money, we don't need food, we don't need we just need your
We just need your
ears, your beautiful ears
opinions.
and your opinions, and there's a couple shares and likes every once in a while, guys. And thank you guys. Hope you guys have a blessed week and the rest of the weekend, and
Happy
thank you guys. Happy
holidays.
holidays.
We'll see you next year. Are we seeing them next year?
I think so.
A ver, stay
We'll
tuned.
see how the baby goes. Yeah, we might do a pop-up
We'll
episode.
see as soon as we'll see when the baby pops out.
The babies.
The baby,
Baby.
babies,
Baby boy.
baby. All right, guys. This is systems. Ooh, this is
Oh.
systems in place. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next year.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Peace out, Girl Scout.